Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Welcome back to Miles.
The crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking.
So they changed studios again.
Yep.
Well, I like this new bed. Oh, that's
And since
too
you
loud.
kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something.
Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged?
Our volume situation's out of control.
That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked.
Ooh. Hold it! Why do I not have a line? What is that supposed to mean?
The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are double layered.
Could have just said that.
To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material.
Okay, that's a bit extra.
Then you mean... Lollipop. Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound.
No!
I knew that's what he was going to say.
Then that means that Scrawface's testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course he wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle.
No!
Yes, I agree.
That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now do you get it, kids?
Damn. Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around. I was literally about to add that. That's creepy.
The other way around?
Yeah, I was gonna say it, Miles, and then Franziska said it.
Huh. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, going the person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did, because I'm cool. It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words. Oh, how so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Faraday's murder than I had thought.
Which means that okay, everybody's kind of bunched up in the window.
Can you get out of the way? No.
No, you're not moving. Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to?
It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have.
Could you come out from hiding behind Detective Bad?
I'm scared.
Oh, well.
I'm shy.
It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? Are you really that scared?
The state of the crime scene? Wait, can it be?
There's no ghosts or anything.
It's an ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. Some past logic.
Wow! And way too noisy. The surveillance video! How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
There we go.
It's a mystery! Oh, here we go. We're just thrown into it. Okay, what do we have? Barred windows, scent of flowers in the air. I wonder if there's some kind of connection between these two things. Did she climb through the window?
It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows. And yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows.
That's quite a way to state that. Incorporeal things, such a smell.
He's always got to say in a big smarty pants way.
I guess so. So open windows couldn't have made, but what about the incorporeal things?
Or to the tape, maybe the TVs in the...
Oh, maybe you were watching the evidence in the thing. What? Okay.
No.
Never mind.
I can't see that.
I thought maybe they were watching vids.
Okay, then I don't think any of these are connected.
Wait, loud television and open window. Oh, it came from the TV.
What?
It was the sound came through the windows, not the perfume. So that's what the gunshot was heard from, was on the TV.
Is that what this is trying to have us
Looks like
connect?
it. That's what it just occurred to me.
I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Now then, what else That's a weird way to say you can hear things through an open window.
Right.
Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window?
Incorporeal forms such as
The answer is an incorporeal sound. So, no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations.
Okay.
No shit.
So it's the gunshot from the video, I guess.
Yeah.
So not only was there a balloon popping,
There were 3 different gunshot sounds.
Yeah, there were 3.
The 3 gunshot friends. The missing piece of evidence is a video that shows the moment in which Mr. Rell killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Faraday's evidence bag for the recess and brought back here. There's no way one that's coming from a TV and one a real gunshot would sound.
Yeah,
that
you'd have to have it cranked up to, well, even if it was like cranked up to max volume.
I mean, it sounds like the TV's incredibly loud, but
in a different room and soundproof walls, like
I guess
you wouldn't mistake it for a gunshot.
If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence that the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place.
Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. I want to watch television.
It's not a waste of time to think. Maybe you should consider that for once in your life.
Why would I
have figured out where we should look.
What does thinking do? And where would that be?
I believe we should examine the television. The TV. Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like.
I want to examine my
Begin
favorite
investigation.
cartoons. I want to examine OK
I want to watch Mike, Lou, and Og. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Well, that's it's quite an abstract pick out of the Cartoon Network waters.
Earlier, when Detective Gumshoe touched this, it made a most terrible racket.
You mean when Scruffy turns that television on, right?
Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Detective Gumshoe actually touched the television at all.
But he's psychic or something?
Furthermore, it seemed more like when a video feed suddenly stops. At least it did to me.
I wonder why that is. What a strange...
Why don't we look at the thing? Oh, okay.
No,
The window is wide open.
The scent of flowers is being blown in from the outside. I think it softens the heavy air in here somewhat.
Windows in both lobby number 1 and number 2 were opened.
Maybe they were trying to air out the room just like in lobby number 1. Or maybe they sought to ease some of the tension through some fresh air.
With Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell in the same room, I imagine the latter to be the case. But was there really a need to open the window just for that?
Did they have like a little paper
Is there
airplane
like a VCR?
that they... Oh yeah. Flew it
It's
through
a
the
video
windows.
player, and there seems to be a videotape inside.
It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end.
This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape?
I suppose, but...
Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video? Sure. Knock yourself out.
Alright, then let's rewind this and see what we have. Hope it's not weird.
Oh, Samara. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rell killing the embassy's staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood. I guess I know how that how much time that is in rewinding time. This should be about right. Now then, let's see.
I forget if VCRs had any kind of like tracking.
Some did.
A very fancy one. This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy staff member.
I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along.
So it wasn't really missing, they were just watching it, I guess.
I mean, someone clearly put it in there.
Right.
To, This sound. What's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Band has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder.
Do you mean that you figured it all out then?
Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot Detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from.
Fine. In that case, show me what you've deduced.
Didn't we just?
No, now.
Okay, yeah.
What the
wow,
gunshot?
that's the tape. And through where they heard it from. I won't wrestle of
So I need to present the tape on the window? Or... Okay, wait.
Wait, hold on. Maybe do gun to the...
Well, the tape is what they heard.
Right.
That's what I'm supposed to present.
To the window? Okay.
And the window is how they heard it, because it...
Here we go!
Wow.
If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed...
He already explained all of this to us. Why do we have to
we're just doing it again.
now?
The killer... Because Francisca doesn't get it.
I guess.
The killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser.
That's true. This courthouse does seem to be a well-designed for such a thing, as it were.
If there's one thing this game likes, it's making you repeat the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
However, what happened in reality was... Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Ms. Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot.
Well, the windows in lobby number 1, number 2, and the hallway were open. So naturally, the people in those locations could hear it.
Ah, but then why would the criminal open the window in the first place?
To let in fresh air.
Because someone farted?
To allow the gunshot to be heard. So he's wagering that this is a part of the criminal's plan, was to play the video so loud that people would think it's a gunshot.
I mean, it
off.
worked. Correct.
So.
That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this.
But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction.
Very well. Also, you're missing me with your whip. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact.
I'll never be satisfied.
What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of?
When
the crime took place.
took place.
The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so.
So that's why the tape was left running.
You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty.
Didn't expect that sudden exclamation mark at the end of that.
Someone who has no alibi for that time period, and planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer.
The reeler.
Investigation complete.
It's not a lot of opportunities to really
Lose.
take hits here in the first place. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, what is it?
Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something.
Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along.
No.
You want to do it? Go for it.
I'll do it. I mean,
do it.
I'm Detective Bad now. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to... I can't do this.
I want to hear what she has to say.
I'm shy.
I'm shy. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. To be continued.
Who
Who
killed...
did it? I think it was Gumshoe.
This feels like they kind of made up a lot of this as they went along. Like there's one fake gunshot in a popping balloon, and then
A lot of fake gunshots.
they couldn't integrate that somehow. They're like, but there was also the TV turned up.
There's a lot of
I don't know.
a lot of time spent on a Swiss roll.
That's my main complaint so far. I mean, I do like to spend some time on a Swiss roll every now and then. But
Oh, yeah, you
not
gotta,
when- not
you
when
gotta
I'm-
spend some time on a Swiss roll.
Not when I'm doing a Let's Play. Come on. Hey, Kay.
It would make doing Let's Plays a lot better if we could spend some time on a Swiss roll while doing
we
it.
could.
And
I
also
could
keep
just
saying it that way. Spend some time on a Swiss roll.
Hey, spend some time with a Swiss roll this
No,
evening.
on a Swiss roll.
On a Swiss roll.
Okay, what are you doing here?
I was spending some time on a Swiss roll. Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already...
Oh,
Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
I'm like a real detective. Okay, you got it. Gonna commit some crime.
That's not what we do. Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
This feels wrong to read it this way. Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. Well, over to the fun bench. Let's do court. they're actually doing court now. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth.
I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest.
Maybe next time we'll have real courtroom.
Maybe now we'll finally put this case to rest.
Yeah, that'd be nice.